today's video, I am going to be talking to you all about herbs that you can use to attract, amplify, heal, and just really draw and bring in love into your life. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and hello if you're new. Make sure that you subscribe, that way you will never miss out on another full moon video, new moon video, herb video, spell video. I have so many things, pick a card readings. I have so many things going on my channel. Don't miss out, okay? So click that notification bell and let's get into today's video, which is all about herbs for love. I started my entire channel all about herbs, and I first initially used it for my skin, my hair, my nails, my well-being, and then I realized why I was so obsessed with herbs, because I feel like I'm like an earth witch, where I feel like I know and have experienced enough with herbs and flowers and oils and extracts and everything that Mother Nature has given us to better your life. So I want to share that with you. So I have this entire series. I've already done herbs for protection. Check that out. You guys seem to love that, and that's why I'm continuing this series. I also did an herbs for luck, and I did an herbs for money. But today I want to do herbs for love specifically, because I've gotten so many requests, and I actually held off on doing this one because I wanted to get the most perfect, most strongest herbs. So I'm going to be sharing with you guys a few herbs today that help you attract love, amplify love, heal love, okay, get rid of roadblocks in love, self-love, relationship love. If you're interested, then keep on watching. Okay, the first ingredient that we're going to be talking about is, of course, red roses. And I'm specifically talking about red roses because red roses carry the highest vibration out of all the roses, according to what I've researched and what I've learned. And so red roses are so powerful when it comes to attracting love and healing love and self-love, relationship love. And another thing is, there's so many ways you could use this. Now, these are dried red rose petals from my own garden. You can buy your red rose petals, you can grow your own, buy a bouquet, use those. It's up to you, but these symbolize unconditional love. Okay, this is probably the best thing you could use to attract, amplify, heal, manifest love energy, whether it's self-love, love in your relationship with your partner, attracting love, or just enhancing the love already in your current relationship. You can reignite, you can spark back up. There's so many things you could do with these red roses. Now, something that I really, really love to do that I wanted to share with you guys is I will take any candle. Okay, I'll take any candle. If I buy it from the dollar store, I buy it from Amazon, I make it myself, I get gifts, whatever it is, I will throw red roses in there. If I'm just in a hurry, I just want to light a candle to make my house smell good, throw some red rose petals in there and light it. If not, if you really want to get into it, you can actually engrave your name and then your partner's name on top of your name in here. Okay, you could use a knife, you could use a needle, your nail, whatever, something sharp to just engrave in there. And then you're just going to throw your rose petals in there. Super easy. I mean, there's thousands of ways you could do a love spell with red rose petals, but this was the one that I wanted to share with you guys. Let's just get any candle, engrave your name, whatever it is, throw the rose petals in there. Easy. You could do it every day. It's so easy. The energy is so good, and you will feel the difference. You'll feel the shift in the energy. Sometimes, when there's stagnant energy, bad energy, especially in your love life, whether it's your love life with yourself or another, there just needs to be some kind of movement. Sometimes we get stuck, keep the energy moving. And sometimes all you need to do, throw some rose petals in a candle and light it. Get the energies moving. The next herb that I want to share with you guys is basil. So You can use basil to bring a lot of abundance when it comes to love, and especially if there's arguments or tension, misunderstandings, miscommunication in the house. You know, sometimes we get irritated off of each other, and that's okay, it's normal, but you know, when you want to bring harmony back into the home, basil is your best friend. Basil is very, very good. It calms fights and arguments, it brings harmony into love, it brings harmony into your house. And here's a few ways you can actually use it. So you can boil basil and then wait for it to cool down, strain it, and then mop your house with it. Or put it in a spray bottle. You can keep the spray bottle in the fridge for about like a week or two and spray everything with it, spray everywhere with it. And then something else you could do is add dried basil, like I have right here, or even fresh basil if you have it, to blue or pink candles. So go to Walmart, the dollar store, anywhere, okay, and get yourself a blue or a pink candle and just throw some basil in there and light it. Another thing that you could do is grow basil inside of your house or in your property, in your dwelling. Basil is very, very good. And I've actually just started getting into gardening. You guys can get a little glimpse of my garden on my Patreon if you're interested, but I show you I show you some stuff. So go over there and check it out if you want. But basil is something that I would highly suggest everybody in relationships especially to grow in their yard or their property or inside their house. And you could just really use it for love. Okay, next herb that we have here is patchouli. Okay, patchouli is one of my favorite herbs to work with when it comes to love. Only because all my clients I've seen from experience and watching them and watching their manifestations, patchouli works like a charm. And even in my life, patchouli's helped me so much in healing love, manifesting love, not only just within my own self, but with, you know, my relationship. So I love this herb. And here's an interesting thing about patchouli. It carries a lot of sexual energy and it brings attraction, and you use it to attract and lure in and enchant and seduce and allure and charm. It's also an aphrodisiac, and you can use it in a lot of come to me spells and rituals. Patchouli helps to really lure in. Now, something you could do is get perfume that has patchouli in it. So one that I really like is from Vince Camuto. It's the white bottle with the rose on it. Oh my God, you guys, it smells so good. And it has patchouli notes in there. But you could also make your own patchouli perfume. You could get patchouli essential oil. But the scent of patchouli is actually very alluring and enchanting and charming, especially when it comes to love. And you'll specifically see the attention that you get from your significant other and from strangers when you use patchouli. So keep that in mind and come back in my comment section and tell me, like, what do you see? Because I know you'll see something. And patchouli is something that is an earth element. So it brings things into the physical reality. It grounds things to earth. So when you're trying to manifest love and attract love and heal love, you know, you're trying to do all of those things and you're trying to pull all of those things into your physical reality. So patchouli is perfect because it brings things from the spiritual realm into our physical reality. And that's why I love working with patchouli when it comes to love magic and sex magic, which if you're interested, go to my OF and you can get my spells and rituals over there that has to do with sex magic. But this is a really beautiful herb to work with when it comes to fertility, sex magic, passion, and igniting love back up again. Patchouli is really good. Now I have a red candle here because red candles with patchouli is extremely good for love spells. Very, very good. So what you would do is maybe you could use some kind of an oil, like if you have my Vum oil from my shop, that's perfect. If you have a love oil, come to me oil. If you have nothing, then use coconut oil and rub it on your candle. You could write your name, your partner's name, and rub the patchouli all over it. Or if this is for you to attract love, then you just write your name and you rub the patchouli all over it. And I feel like I want you to come back in the comment section and tell me what you feel. Okay? And then you can also keep a bowl of patchouli next to your bed. And you can also make a rinse with this. So you can boil it, strain it, cool it, and then rinse yourself off with it, and then don't wash it off. Use it after your shower. Okay? The next herb that I want to talk about here is called Damiana. So Damiana is actually very powerful when it comes to love spells, and specifically also like patchouli, it's very good for sexual energy and to bring that passion and to really awaken the sacral and the heart chakra. So this is actually really, really good for love spells and love rituals. I love it, and the energy is very uplifting, you guys. I don't know if you can tell, right as soon as I put this herb on my table, I feel it. There's an uplift in my voice. Tell me if you hear it, or is it just me? You can use this herb to attract vitality back into your sex life, into your creativity. One way that you could use this is as a tea. So you could boil it and then strain it and drink it like that. But also make sure with your doctor that you could be consuming herbs like this. Always check with your doctor, of course. Another way that I've seen a lot of people use Damiana is smoking it. And then you could also use it to spice up your relationship in a spell. You can draw your lover closer to you in spells and rituals. It helps to draw in and heighten and enhance intimacy. And it's used in a lot of spells and rituals for sexual healing, which is a huge way that Damiana has helped me. You can boil it, you can cool it, strain it, spray it all over your bed, spray it all over yourself, maybe use it as a rinse. It's really, really good for your heart and your sacral chakra, and it's very good for attracting love. You guys, very, very powerful herb right here. Now, I do want to tell you that if you ever used a red candle with Damiana and you lit that, it's very powerful for sexual energy and for love and attracting that. I don't know, for me especially, it's that very sexual love energy that it attracts. So if anybody is wanting to spice up their relationship, get yourself a red candle, some Damiana, that's all you need. And light that. You can even just get a candle from Walmart or Dollar Store, which is two places I want to go to today. The next herb I want to talk to you about is jasmine flowers. So these jasmine flowers are actually from my own garden, and I will show you more of my garden over on Patreon if you guys are interested. Join me over there. But I'm really excited about these because I'm so proud. They're like my little babies. And jasmine's actually very good for soothing the heart when it comes to love spells and love rituals, working with love, whether it's, self-love or within a relationship. It's also very seductive, it's very alluring, and the scent is very captivating and also hypnotizing, so you could use it to seduce. And you could use jasmine flowers in so many different ways. Like what I would do with this is make jasmine tea, and then you could bless it and spell it. You could cast a ritual or a spell over it. You can make perfume with this. You can boil it and strain it, cool it down, keep it in your fridge and spray it on yourself every day. Probably for like the next week it would be good for. And then what else? You can use it in full moon and new moon time to add it to your bath, add it to your bath water. It's very healing and soothing, and it helps to attract love, and it helps to heal love, especially self-love. This is huge when it comes to jasmine flowers. Jasmine flowers correspond with the moon energy, and that means it brings a lot of sensuality and beauty and just feeling yourself and just loving yourself and heightening your intuition and that really feminine aspect of yourself, that very seductive, seductive, attractive part of yourself, within and without. So add jasmine scents, add jasmine flower to your hair. Now, here's another reason that I really love jasmine is because the energy of it is believed to go real deep. and provide rich connection when it comes to love, and bring about very important conversations, and helps to move past difficulties, especially when it comes to love on a spiritual level. And one way that you could really use it is, you guys, red candles. Any of these herbs, and you just add a red candle, and it's so powerful. And jasmine flowers just carry their own energy. You could feel it. I hope you guys can feel it through the camera. A lot of my own items from my Etsy shop have my own jasmine flowers in them. So if you're interested, head over there. But something that I would really recommend is just get yourself some jasmine flowers, write your name, your partner's name, or if it's just for you, and you just light that right like that, just with your jasmine flowers, and that's it. And it's so good for love energy, you guys. Okay, the last herb I want to talk to you guys about is cinnamon. Cinnamon is one of my favorite herbs to use when it comes to love, because cinnamon makes everything work faster. It makes everything come faster, and it just helps speed things up and adds a little fire and a little boost to your spells and your love work and your love rituals and your love life too. So if your relationship is kind of getting a little boring, or it lacks some fun, or it may be getting dull, or it just needs to be reignited, you need to just spice it up a little bit, you can use cinnamon. Now there's so many ways you could use cinnamon. You could take a red candle and you could sprinkle cinnamon powder all over it with your name, your partner's name, and then light it. And then bury the candle wax, whatever's left over, in your backyard. Or you could take a cinnamon stick, you could write your partner's name and your name, and then stick it underneath your mattress. Also both of your date of birth. Or if you don't want to do that, if you want to be even a little bit more discreet, then you can just throw this under your mattress for love energy. You can throw this in your yard for love energy. You can add it to candles. You could add it to your honey jars, your love work, your love rituals. So many things you could do with cinnamon. Like whatever love spells you're doing, I would highly suggest you add a little bit of cinnamon in it. You could use it as potpourri. You can make cinnamon spray. You could just boil it, cool it, strain it, and then use it as a spray all over your house, your wallet, your bed. You can add it to any candle that you buy. You can also keep cinnamon sticks near photos of you and your loved ones. It's actually very protective, so that would be something that you could do. Alright guys, those were some herbs that you could use for love. I hope you enjoyed that. Thank you so much for watching. If you want more content from me, head over to Patreon, because you will get a lot more content from me weekly. And if you want more sexual content from me, no nudes, nothing like that, but more sexual healing, because I am going through my own, I share with you what I learned and what benefits me and all of those things, sexual readings and all of that stuff on OnlyFans. So if you're interested in those two platforms of mine, head over there. And if you're interested in spiritual tools and spiritual items that I work on myself, head over to my Etsy shop, because I work on these for at least one full moon, one new moon before sending them out to you. So just keep that in mind. But yeah, if you're interested, then head over, and I will talk to you very, very soon.